Welcome YouTube fan, it's Kev. This week on Try It, we'll be visiting one of two houses that California deems haunted. Let's get it.
All right, here we are at the site of one of the most haunted places in San Diego. You got a couple different options over here, but we will be doing this middle one right here, the evening tour package. Save up to 13%. I love it. Book this tour. And you get a little overview here and approximately 30 to 40 minute tour. Gotta love it. And 6 p.m. Perfect. $28, but are there taxes or fees? Let us see. No hidden cost. Perfect. All right, let's try it.
Alright, so seems like you check in over here inside the little shop.
Well, hello, sir.
Hello.
I see that. Don't worry. Keep going.
So we started the tour, you get this little sticker.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Whaley House.
And let's go.
My name is Bullet, and I will be your tour guide for at least the next couple of years or so. Have you ever been to the Whaley House before? Have you ever been to the Whaley House before? Have you ever been to the Whaley House before? No, sir. And for you, sir, have you ever been to the Whaley House?
Nope, never have.
Well, you know what? I've come with the conclusion. None of you have been to the Whaley House before. Well, welcome! Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know at this present moment you are feeling a little discomfort under your feet. And that is because you were standing on hallowed ground. This is a historic landmark. The rules are relatively easy. There shall be no eating, drinking, smoking, or vaping when in the Whaley House. Are you a vapor?
Not.
That's
right.
Ladies and gentlemen, in order to get the most out of your experience this evening, we ask that you use all your senses. Not common sense, but your sense of smell, sight, and hearing, but mainly your sense of camera. Take as many pictures as you can. It's the best way to capture the paranormal. As far as your other senses, like your sense of touch, not so much. This is a museum, and so we ask that you only touch what touches you first. At that point, all bets are off. And lastly, taste. Do not lick anything in this house.
Oh no.
Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the Whaley House in 1857. Please have a seat now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to San Diego's first ever commercial theater. You see, Mr. Whaley would rent this entire top floor of his family's home to the Tanner Troupe. Tanner Troupe, they were a traveling variety show. And of course, they would have all kinds. Please have a seat. They would have all kinds of little skits. There would be a little bit of music. There would be drama. Of course, there was comedy too. And then the very popular burlesque.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Ooh. That would last. And opening night, 150 people in this room. It was quite successful. And that would go on for a few weeks, but then our leader, Mr. Tanner, would get sick and die in the third bedroom of syphilis.
Where's the third bedroom?
It's the third door.
Oh, wait, two.
it's closed. And of course, where all the actors and actresses that were living up here, that dreadful disease would spread, wouldn't it? And so they say that those people still remain, and so ladies sometimes experience a hand on their waist or, well, something playing with their hair. Mr. Tanner loved the ladies. Oh, but gentlemen, a hand running down your spine is commonplace. You know these actresses, how they can be.
Not using something in your hair.
That's a little bit of history about this room. It was finished in 1856. Mr. Whaley wanted to start a business. And the business he chose was, well, a granary. Everybody needed grain in those days, am I right, man? And these 4 brick walls were going to hold that grain. Nothing penetrates brick walls, does it, sir? This is America's most haunted house, and so we should probably find that out. But before we do, you said you were interested in history. Do you mind if I give you a little bit of that? Well, this room failed as a granary, as you can imagine. Well, you are in a general store as you look around. It might resemble the home you live in. Does your home contain a general store?
No.
Huh, strange. Mr. Whaley would throw him out of the house. This young man would spend the rest of his days drinking and living in a brothel. A sad life. Yes. Next we have Thomas. Now, young Thomas is the first Whaley to die in this home. At a year and a half, he succumbs to scarlet fever. And right above our heads is his nursery where he dies. And there by his bassinet is the rocking chair that his mother held him in for the last few days of his life. And to this day, sometimes when we're up there, you will see it. A little audience participation would be nice. Thank you. Rocking. Lastly, we have Francis. Now, Francis is the most successful Whaley. He would be so successful, his father would actually be jealous of him. He would open the first Whaley Museum. So I thank him for my job. Thank you, Francis. He would also be a judge and an attorney. Ladies and gentlemen, this room is known to house the spirit of Mr. Whaley's, and sometimes it's strong, and sometimes you just smell what could be Mr. Whaley. Now, if you are picking up a scent of tobacco, a cigar smoke, something like that, that would be Mr. Whaley. If you're feeling some tingling in your fingers and your elbows, even pressure on your chest, or a little bit of nausea, you see, he was known to be a very angry man. In fact, his death occurred as of a massive heart attack while yelling at one of his children.
Imagine? No.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to walk around this room.
Got him.
And while you're walking, if you feel that someone is standing too close to you, really close to you, well, that could be Mr. Whaley. Because he is looking at all of us right now from his picture on the wall.
Hey, Dusty.
Considered San Diego's most handsomest older man. I ask you not to stare at me, please. Easy! Oh, what a fantastic job. Ladies and gentlemen, therein lies our destination, and that is the dining room. Now, presently in the dining room, the waiting women are up front, and, well, if you do enter the room, please introduce yourself. Mr. Whaley is a public.
just finished the tour. Had a great time. If you're in the San Diego area, specifically Old Town, really cool vibes here. Definitely check out this tour. Our tour guide was amazing. His name's Bullet, so kudos to him. It was a 30 to 40 minute tour, but it felt a little longer because I guess the tension that the tour guide created, and he was just hilarious. So it made it very entertaining, and had a blast and didn't know how much time passed. So was it worth it? I would say no for me, because I felt like the price was a little bit too high. $28, a little bit on the pricier side. I would like to see half, but still had a great time learning a lot of things new. I would definitely recommend it for people who are history buffs. Got to see a lot of cool little antique items inside the house, and learning history was pretty cool. And to see how San Diego was before, there was one particular picture that was really awesome, seeing how this area was. It was an execution ground, so really neat hearing about that. So if you are a history buff, then this tour definitely will be worth your money. But if you're looking to get scared, even though it's named the most haunted house in California, it fell a little short, I think, if you're trying to get scared. But if you're easily a scaredy cat, then I think you would be scared, because the tour guide did a great job of that, and the tension inside of there was pretty fun as well. But I don't really get scared easily, so it was still fun regardless. So if you like this content and you want to try new things and watch them as well, please come join me and like, subscribe, and I'll see you next week.